Hey everybody, I'm Donna and I'm here today to talk to you about essential fatty acids. I want to tell you about them because they're super important for your overall health, and I want to make sure that you understand them well so that you know what you're doing for your body when you take our Lifelong Vitality Pack. So, essential fatty acids are what is found in this little guy right here. This is the smallest of our Lifelong Vitality supplements, our xEOmega complex. It's either going to be xEOmega or vEOmega. xEOmega means that that's the regular formula, we got the essential fatty acids sourced from fish. The vEOmegas are actually sourced from plants. And so either way, your body's going to be getting some fatty acids that are going to be excellent for its overall health and your cellular health, and especially for a healthy inflammatory response. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So the thing about xEomegas or omega fatty acids is that we can't get them on our own. We don't produce them all on our own. We have to get them from the food that we eat. Vitamin D, for example, we can go out into the sunlight and our bodies are actually able to take that sunlight and convert it into vitamin D, which is actually really pretty cool. But essential fatty acids, we can't. We have to make sure that we're eating it in the food that we're consuming. So, did you know that 80% of the United States population is deficient in essential fatty acids? Did you know that they are critical for the health of our bodies? So what do they do for us? Well, among many other things, the main thing that you can think about when you think of your little omega fatty acids is that they lower inflammation. So what is inflammation? Inflammation is a response that your body has when something is wrong. So let's say you're doing something in the kitchen and you ended up smacking your elbow really, really hard on something. Well, what happens? Well, all the blood rushes to that area and it can swell up. Sometimes it can bruise. It's going to be real tender. That's called an inflammatory response. And that's actually a very healthy inflammatory response. We want that to happen because we want to make sure that the white blood cells are there, to make sure that there's no problem with any type of an infection or anything. We want to make sure the red blood cells are there so that they're carrying the oxygen to that area so that it can help things to get healthy again. It's going to swell, which is kind of a way for it to actually protect itself so that there's a little bit of a cushion there. So in case you happen to bump it again, it's not going to get hurt so bad again, right? That's an acute, short-term, healthy inflammatory response. We want that to happen. That's what's supposed to happen, right? What happens if you're eating or drinking something that's really not good for you? Let's say you have this one soft drink that's kind of your vice, and you know you shouldn't be taking it and drinking it, but you drink it anyway because you really like it, right? So you're drinking that. What happens? You're drinking all kinds of nasty stuff, really. Either it's tons and tons of high fructose corn syrup, or it's going to be some artificial sweetener that's synthetic and really hard on your body to digest. You drink that. It goes down into your digestive tract and it causes inflammation in your digestive tract. It's kind of like your digestive system is getting attacked by the nasty stuff that's inside of that drink. Well, what happens? Your digestion does what it's supposed to do. It digests it. So that means it goes into your actual bloodstream and it goes all over your whole body. And that inflammatory response goes everywhere. Your body isn't sending your red and white blood cells to one area to fix it. It's kind of going all over your whole body to try to help things get back into homeostasis, back to normal again. The thing is, we keep drinking the stuff that we're not supposed to be drinking. So we end up in a chronic, ongoing inflammatory response, which means our body is freaking out all the time based on what we're putting in our mouths. It might not be a soft drink. It might be something that you're eating that's maybe fried, or some of the maybe processed foods or snacks that you're eating that really aren't good for you. And you know that they're not good. I know that they're not good. We still eat them sometimes anyway, right? But you need to understand what you're doing to your overall health when you do. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about this today. So I want you to think about inflammation as being heat. So it's kind of like if you were outside, let's say you love to garden, or let's say you love to go jogging or to ride your bicycle. and or just even to go for a walk, and it's 85 degrees outside, and you're outside and life is good, and you're gardening or doing your exercise and you feel fine and it's great and you're functioning really well. Well, let's say instead that it's more like 105. How are you doing now out on that bicycle? How are you doing out in that garden? Well, you're sweating, it's uncomfortable, you don't want to be doing it anymore, but what if you had to? That's what we're doing to our bodies. It's kind of like we're turning up the heat internally in our bodies so that we can deal with the inflammation, because that's one of the things that happens when we deal with the inflammation. And it's heating up everything, and we're asking our cells to still function the same. We're asking it to do a whole lot. So these little guys right here, these are actually very cooling at the cellular level. They bring down that inflammation, they help things to function better, and they make it a lot easier for your cells to be able to function at the cellular level. What do they help with? They help with brain and heart health. They help with your joints, your eyes, your nervous system, so many things like that. If you have chronic or ongoing or periodic pain in your joints or in your muscles, if you have maybe brain fog, if you have maybe some headaches or any other things going on like that, pain-wise in your head, if you have heart issues where you know your heart needs a little bit more support, or maybe even you know that runs in your family, you want to make sure that you've got extra heart support, well, the xEOmegas is going to be the ticket for you to help you with that inflammation so that those parts of your body can actually function the way that they need to. It turns on the air conditioning, if you will, helps to bring things down, cool things down. So anyway, I would love to hear how you're doing with all this, what you think about all of this. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks so much for listening. Bye, guys.